What up? It's your boy T-Burn and reaction to today's Wrestling Wednesday. So, before I get started with my first video, in case y'all did not catch AEW this past weekend went all out, AEW went all out. Not even with the incredible matches, including the debut first match of CM Punk, which was awesome. Some new surprises came through. One being Ruby Soho, best known as Ruby Riott, entering as the Joker Gone Wild at the Casino Battle Royale for the women. And then two debuts happened in the show. One being Adam Cole, who was the surprising, folks won the surprising one, and Daniel Bryan. Well, who's going by his back to his original name, Bryan Danielson. Whew, I can't wait to say it's going to come on tonight. And also, Minoru Suzuki made an appearance as well too, and which he have a match with Jon Moxley tonight, which I cannot wait. I wanted to do a video on the best of, but I don't trust Hitachi, wherever they is that runs New Japan, because they got a copyright strike for their video last time. But some word from a WWE legend who's been a wrestling Hall of Famer for a long time, worked for many companies, including aside from WWE, including ECW and WCW, both who was competition to WWE when it's WF, as well as TNA Impact. So Mick Foley has a message about WWE. It's called "We Got a Problem," which has been going viral all day. So without further ado, let's see what Mr. Foley got to say.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley. I'd like to title this video WWE, We've Got a Problem, because I think you do. And that problem is that WWE is no longer the place for talent to aspire to. Part of it is because AEW is doing a great job of attracting great talent, proven talent,
Facts,
building other talent, creating storylines, but part of it is a problem of your own making. I think younger talent sees the way that developmental characters are cut or left by the wayside, or in the case of Karrion Kross, greatly watered down, made a joke of when they debut on the main roster.
Yep.
It's not broke. Don't fix it.
Facts.
If I was an aspiring talent now, big league talent with a major decision to make, I'm not sure that I would trust WWE Creative to do the right thing with my career. You guys did wonders with me back in the day. That was a different time, different place. If it was today, I'm not sure I would trust the powers to be with my career in their hands. And until that changes, WWE, you've got a problem.
Everything he said was pure facts. Like, I said it, say that they not gonna care because they ain't gonna beat the ratings. Look, the ratings may not be maybe one thing, so they might not ride on that. Well, that's the problem right there. They ride it on ratings and money. All right, they ride on the ratings they're getting, was still a little better than AEW. Not sure how, and the money. And then and on top of all that, they about to rechange NXT. So I'm afraid how that's gonna go and everything. They already talking about changing Southern Superstar, like Keith Lee. They trying to say make Keith Lee a heel. And I'm not too fond of that because he's been working wonders as a face, especially with NXT, but it's their fault that stuff not working around with him in the main roster. Same with a lot of talent. And like I said, look what he did to Karrion Kross. Despite his alignment, they did Karrion Kross dirty. And we had a match between John Morrison and Karrion Kross, which turned out to be a joke. And these guys had crazy rivalry in Impact Wrestling. So that says a lot right there. So, and we lost three members of UE, no, two members of UE now. First, Bobby Fish was released, and then Ed Cole decided not to resign. Oh, and I bet, and there's a rumor saying that they're just gonna bring him up to SmackDown to be a manager. Really, Vince? Really, Bruce? Not sure what's situated with Daniel Bryan, but I feel like he wanted to support AEW, you know what I mean, to add it to his resume, which you cannot blame him. But what Mick Foley said right now is true facts right now. Like, I always said that WWE is the place to get your name noticed and everything, but as far as if you want to get, but AEW is pulling now, so AEW might be a good place to get your name noticed, but I might have to go back and remember what I said about AEW. I mean, WWE. I mean, no matter how bad or good you do in WWE, you'll get noticed. But it's probably not worth it anymore if it's like they don't get it together. Because AEW is making noise as well too, and there's folks who got their names known on AEW as well that was barely in WWE or never touched WWE at all. So yeah, and they bringing stuff that most of them had access to, like New Japan mashup in front of the world. Like we would have thought we were getting Minoru Suzuki and John Moxley, and we getting this for free tonight. Shout out to AEW for that. So yeah, I'm still rolling with WWE because I'm still loyal, but AEW is kicking ass, and WWE mix the hardcore legend said it. Y'all got a problem. Wake up, get it together. And then I heard recently that Triple H has some health issue right now. I wouldn't be surprised because all this stress is going on with losing talents and everything because of Vince dumbass. Old senile ass who don't want to change shit. Was hopefully WWE start picking it up and everything. And the thing about it sucks they rely, and this what irks me about Vince right now, is he's relying too much on his heel because he's so insist with heel heat though. Now I'm saying at least AEW, I mean, they finally breaking off their Hero Championship now. They got the Lucha Brothers who are at the time faces right now, and NXT all their champions are as officially facing now since Hit Row, which is Swerve, and Raquel Gonzalez turned face recently. So that's a good sign right there with at least NXT. But WWE, like, it might be somebody, but still they top two champion holders are heels and everything, and they rely on heel heat and everything every time, even with MVP and everything. Like, just let that man be a tweener. Let him and Bobby be a tweener at least. I don't give a shit about the SmackDown champion, but at least let them be tweeners. Because like Bob, it took to the longest running black wrestler title holder, black wrestler. Unfortunately, had to be a villain to be that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying, I mean, Kofi was holding it for a while, but you didn't do really that much with his title run and everything. And then people wasn't feeling it though. I was rolling with it though because it's Kofi, but folks other was feeling that though, and you didn't do nothing with it, anything. But you're on Bobby Lashley's nuts right now because he's a heel and everything, and I'm not cool with that. So I mean, either make that man at least a tweener or anything, or at least turn face soon before Survivor did or anything. At least, man, for real, because folks love Bobby Lashley, but you're forcing heel heat on him and MVP for no reasons, like with dumb stuff, like the situation, like I said, for the situation with Kofi and him, the crab in the basket, stuck on block shit you did with Kofi towards MVP and all that made me almost really about to say fuck MVP. You didn't double turn Goldberg. Instead, you have him antagonize his son, and for whatever reason, we didn't need that and anything. And now your chance to do a double, you got a chance to turn him, at least Bobby Lashley, tweener right now after almost has attacked him. Like, hopefully that leads to something. If you don't capitalize over that, then you're just honky for heel heat, and it's getting tight. It's like, come on, Vince. Well, other than that, AEW is where it's about to be the place to be in sooner or later, and hopefully be a wake up call. And they dignate back like they did when WCW was on WWF asses and pull some of their ass and get this out this situation, because Mick Foley said it best. We got a problem. So other than that, it's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.